Hey, YouTube, what's going on? Big Bird, just kicking it for a Sunday. Might watch some Sunday football as well. Yeah, man, I'm just getting on here, man, to get my insights of the birth of the nation I went to see Friday night. Man, it was a very powerful movie, historic event recorded. It was it was it was it was triumph of humane. A lot of tragedy, horrible event, but also a lot of powerful blessing events. And it's it got like 50, mixed reviews, a lot of backlash with it. Like it should be Oscar worthy, but I think it really should be Oscar worthy. But I think the reason why they want to say it's Oscar worthy is because look, I mean, at the end of the movie, towards the end, you had a lot of black, man slaves killing entire families of white people, like their masters and families. And I think to a lot of, white people, that was pretty powerful. That was like, oh God. But look, the Nat Turner rebellion, that wasn't the only rebellion. There was many slave masters that got killed in many different rebellions. They had over at least 150 rebellion during that time. And the fear, that's when Jim Crow was introduced. That's when, because they had to try to break the spirits of the slaves. So that's when this person named Jim Crow came with an effect. And that's when the Jim Crow era began. So, but yeah, man, it was a very powerful event, movies, man. I went to see it. My sister took my aunt, my nephew, and everybody. It was live. I gotta say, it wasn't a traditional slave movie. I got tired of those kumbaya, get your ass whooped and take it with a smile. I'm not really down for that. I don't think some slaves were, but I think there were slaves that said, I'm gonna kill this white man. I wanted to see that. I'm glad I did see it because it showed you that slaves want freedom, man. The will of being free is going to always outweigh the fear of being dead. You know what I'm saying? Once you get over that hump and you're going to get your freedom one way or another, then death is pretty much an abstract. It's an afterthought. And to somebody who trying to dominate you and keep power, that's the biggest fear. Cause when they see a people that's not scared of death and they're coming for you, then your power wonder, cause now you're afraid of being killed. And the fear of giving death no longer apply. So it was almost like, all right, I have to probably die to try to keep. But if you're in the dominant power, you don't want to die. That's the reason why you became the dominant power. But once they got flipped, it changed everything. But yeah, man, it was a very powerful movie, man. I recommend every black person and even in white people to see it too. He was a hero, you know what I'm saying? And, you gotta forget, Nat Turner didn't get caught. He turned himself in. You know what I'm saying? He did that because they were so mad. They said, we're gonna kill every slave until we get you. And he knew eventually they might do something to his wife and his child. So yeah, he turned himself in. He knew he was gonna die. He could have said, forget this, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? But then he would have been a coward. They would annihilate his people. So he said, you know what? I'm just gonna come in so they don't kill anymore. But they still didn't stop them. They still killed millions of fucking slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, from my uncle, man, he used to tell me the story about the Mississippi River. You know what I'm saying? And there was a count over 2 million slaves died trying to cross that river to escape slavery. And the Great Passes, that was the Atlantic slave trade, that over 8 million slaves died from that during that voyage. So you had genocide, massive casualties, massive human loss of life during slavery. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I give it up to my ancestors for making to survive these tragedies, genocides, mass horrible tragic events, to survive and still somewhat cultivate yourself and still being a people. That take a lot of courage to me. So definitely shout out to my man Nate Parker for that, man. And the Nate Turner, that movie was definitely blessing. I give it up. I give it thumbs up. So definitely go and see the movie, man. It was very, 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 very informative. If you knew about the story, then it kind of just reinforced everything that you knew about. If you never really knew about the story, then it gave you an insight into an account what was really happening and why that rebellion was so important. Um, it also speaks a lot about the Christianity used to enslave, but also in the book it showed how you could turn something against you into something as a weapon for you. So it was a double-edged sword, man. They should never taught the book to my man, but that's what gave my man that insight to do what he did was the very book that they gave to him. So it very very important, but yeah, it definitely showed a lot of humanity in slavery. Um, um, Especially what they try to do to my man on the rape allegation. Even though he was acquitted, he was found not guilty, but they wanted to bring that up, and that's let you know how bad the main media is. They really wanted to destroy him and destroy the movie. Fox, I felt he should have went to Byron Allen. My man Tariq said, a couple other people said. Fox kind of was stood there in silence. Yeah. If I was him, I would pretty much shit on the Fox because they just stayed silent while this man was getting ruined and getting dragged through the mud about the rape allegation. Um, so to me it was like a sabotage, but salute to all the black people, man, that came out and support, man, that black dollar, power of that black dollar. Like I said, it cost him like a couple million. If he could at least made about 20, 30 million, that's a plus to him. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, you always want to make more than what you put in. So if he made about 40, $50 million, hey man, that's a plus to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, definitely will get the DVD, or if I have a chance, get the DVD for that. So I'll put that in for records in the future. But there definitely was. I kind of knew they were going to sabotage it. You know, the Nate Turner rebellion. That was pretty much something that no main school media would not teach. I mean, it's in the history book, but they won't cover it. You have to kind of read that yourself. That's how I learned about the Nate Turner rebellion. I was just looking through the history book and I saw it and I read a little bit on it. But yeah, our teacher didn't cover that. Most schools will not cover that. They rarely cover a lot of Black history as it is. Um, so that I know that would not be covered. You know what I'm saying? To talk about slaves killing white people. You know what I'm saying? It just don't go with the theme of a systematic white supremacist. So basically, I give it that. But yeah, man, definitely check out the movie. I wasn't gonna really talk about the Trump Lou comment about women. I mean, he was always a womanizer. That's not really something new. Republican Party want him to step down, but they've been wanting him to step down since the Republican primary. So I mean, like I said, a lot of people still gonna rock with Trump. They know what the type of person he is, man. You're not gonna change somebody or say, well, we're gonna make you pick this. No, because like I said, if he drop out, there're gonna be millions and millions of Republicans that's gonna be kind of pissed off. So you're gonna have a civil war, and definitely you're gonna have half of the Republican Party get voted right up out of power and some new party. But like I said before, Trump is he's the catalyst, but he's not the end of the movement that's going on right now in this country. And there's going to be a third party uh, that's going to emerge. But unfortunately, if this movement keeps increasing, what Trump is spearheading, it's going to give rise to a brand new party that basically is going to throw some ratchet into American politics and psyche. And this is for the long haul in the future. This ain't even present. This might be 50 years from now. This might be a totally different country. So, uh, but yeah, I'm going. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that for another day to go. Yeah, I might blow up a little bit with Russia. Russia is moving some weapons. They just delivered to Syria some missiles to Syrian government forces, and that I think they moved some nuclear capable missiles to Lithuania, outside the border of NATO and stuff like that. Everybody think it's gonna be war. That's like just routinely moving weapons and stuff. It's like moving equipment. Like I said, man, the intensity between the NATO and U.S. and the Russia is kind of intensifying a little bit. So this is gonna be interesting what goes on. You know what I'm saying? I know Hillary was talking very harshly to Putin. So, and she's a war hawk. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to think about the Democrats. Democrats ain't known to go to war. They don't do too good with wars. Really, nobody don't do too good at war. So I'm gonna see how that progress. But let's go back to what I was really going back for, the birth of the nation. It was great, man. So uh, a lot of accounts, how they treat it, and the routinely raping of the black woman, that really affected me. You know what I'm saying? Even you was married, they if they wanted to, they called your wife into the house that to rape her, and it was gut wrench. It was real. It was kind of hard to stomach how white man was just terrorized, man. The white women uh, that were portrayed in the movie, um, they weren't antagonist, but it was like they was intrigued to the black man, especially Nate Turner's master's mother. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that taught him how to read. It was the Bible, but you read the Bible, it brings a whole new intelligence and insight and knowledge to you. So I give up to him for using that knowledge of the Bible to spearhead with the movement that he sparked. But yeah, the mother, she took a liking to Nate. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I think it was the last straw, man, when he baptized that white man. But at the same time, the white mother, she kind of basically gave him the okay to do it. Even though she know it was going to be forbidden, you might be severely punished, but she still gave him the okay to do it. So it kind of like lets you know, like, all right, the count of white women, but a lot of white women, I think, like black men. Just like I said, it was the culture and the deal of slavery. But I'm not gonna go too much of that either. But it was very powerful. Like I said, everybody go and check it out. I'll hit you up with another video probably soon. Just hit me on a comment or hit me on the likes. And I'll get up with you guys later. All right, peace.